Namaste, creative yogis. How you all doing out there? Hope you've all had a great week and are enjoying this shift in energies which have happened since we've flowed into another lunar cycle. So we've just had a full moon about a week ago now, and it's now moved into Libran energy, which is the air element. So very different energy from the earth element. I can feel that it's quite different. And we're also going into the eclipse season. So that means that there's a lot of chaotic energy around us right now. And so you might be noticing that with your fellow human beings being a little bit agitated, maybe quite short-tempered. You might notice it in yourself as well. Lots of things shifting and changing last minute, sort of equipment breaking down, like computers and stuff. Just losing your keys, can't find things. That kind of scatteredness. That's kind of all part of what's going on energetically. So the interesting energy of this month is teaching us how to find our balance amidst chaos. I think the overarching lesson there is about letting go of the need to be in control of everything, how we can get like that at times. And I think that, being that controlling, where we're kind of like micromanaging our lives, really comes from a place of fear. And we can get triggered into that for whatever reason. And it's recognizing that if we're holding on for dear life, what we're actually doing is squeezing the joy out of our lives, and that kind of spontaneity and that colourfulness and that playfulness that can happen when we allow room for happy accidents, when we allow room for spontaneity to kind of be in the mix, And so it's beginning to understand that life is actually a dance, and we're partnered by the cosmos, by the universe, whatever word you want to put to the energy, to your deity, whatever, however you kind of make sense of the world. And it's recognizing that we don't have to do everything ourselves. It is a partnership between us and this beautiful energy that's around us. And the more we tune into that energy, the more we start to work with that energy, the more our life begins to flow. And the more we open ourselves up to happiness and to our birthright, which is abundance. So as we start to find our way to this stuff, we really do see incredible transformations happening. And I certainly found it myself when I started to tune into the moon energy and started to pay attention to this wisdom and following it through in my life. And it just is incredible how it can really guide you and help you towards that transformation, and recognizing that it's kind of quite egotistical to think you know everything when we really don't. And it is, like I say, a partnership between what it is that we're wanting to need in our lives and what the universe's plans has for us, and finding that lovely balance between the two. So to find our way to that balance is really, we do it through our meditations and tune and listening to the heart space. So that's where the air elements come in this month. And what I'd recommend for your home practice is it's about back bends, so working with our back bends and opening up the heart space. But we do it in a yin flow kind of way, where we are more restorative in our practice, and we've got the time and space to give to tuning in there and listening and working with our pranayama, our breathing exercise, to help us really find that expansive spaciousness in there. And that's when we drop into that meditation and find that intuitive kind of guidance. I'd also recommend, if you're not already doing it, introducing yourself to the idea of working with guides in your meditation, or working with angels, all that sort of thing. That may be a new idea to you. So it's an idea. Have a play with it and see what comes through. There's amazing meditation teachers out there who specialise in particular deities that you can work with, and all sorts of things like the goddesses, which I did my training with Sophia Tom and learned about working with goddesses. It's just been about open-minded and giving things a try. The latest thing that's come through for me, which is really random, is working with the Dragon Realm. I don't know if any of you have heard of this. It's the first time I've heard of it. don't know much about it, but I've been kind of being guided to this teacher who's kind of busy with this stuff. And I just find ideas fascinating, and I'm willing to be open-minded enough to just kind of see what that's about, and see if there's anything in there. So it is about having that kind of willingness to be flexible, to kind of be open to shifts and changes, to learn to go with the flow is what the air element's all about. It's really kind of tuning there and paying attention. So it's a very beautiful month this month, really helping us to go deeper into that side of our practice, really getting into that guidance, being guided, and finding that feeling of safety in the world when we do realise we're being looked after. Recognising that there's a kind of dialogue going on there that can guide us and help us. It's really beautiful. And I sort of see it in like birds and animals and all sorts of things. I kind of look at the world but through magical eyes myself. If I see a little dragonfly going past, that means something. If I see a feather on the ground, that means something. I'm always seeing this kind of dialogue all around me at all times. So it's kind of open yourself up to look at the world in that kind of way. Alright, so let's choose your moon card today. So for those of you who, somebody asked me about these cards, they were actually gifted to me, which is really lovely. But it's called Moonology, Oracle Cards and Guidebook. And the lady who created them is Yasmin Boland. So if you want to get these for yourself, I'm sure you can find them somewhere. Yasmin Boland. Okay. So let's choose a card for you today. What do the Creative Yogis need to know right now? What do they need to know? Let's tune in there. What do Creative Yogis need to know? The energy is gaining momentum, waxing moon. Interesting. This will mean something different to everybody. But the waxing moon, that's going into the new moon energy. That's the tail end of the full moon. So new moon is a new beginning. So basically, some kind of cycle is closing down. You've kind of gone through maybe some big changes in your life in recent times. And you're now about to start a whole new chapter in your life, which is so exciting. And it's saying, maybe you're laying some groundwork and stuff like that for that new chapter. And just like with anything new, you don't necessarily see any results at the beginning, but every time you put something in there, it's like planting a seed and pouring some water, and nothing comes to the surface for a while, but you keep feeding it with water and let the sun shine on those seeds. Eventually the seed grows, So this is where you're going to start to see some results for all the hard work you put into this new beginning. So that's really lovely. Interesting stuff. Well, let me know what that means for your particular story. Just let me know in the comments section. Alright, so that's it for me today. Have a lovely week. Namaste, Creative Yogis.